Well, usually I do these in my car as soon as I get out of the theater. That way it's completely fresh in my memory. But I noticed I didn't have very good lighting in the car because it was getting pretty late and it started storming. But I just got done seeing the movie Shift. It's Angel Studios' take on the passage in I believe the Bible, but might not be correct because I haven't heard this story in a long time since my grandmother told it to me. But it's about Job and his trials with the devil, how he was protected by God. I know there's other people out there who'll know it more accurate than I do because I just haven't heard it in such a long time, and it was one of my favorite stories that my grandmother used to tell me. Not when I was a kid, but when I was a younger adult, when I was going through a lot of stress, and when I was stressed out, she would tell me about it, and it got me into finding my faith. But seeing it done this way, where I don't want to give too much away, but I kind of have to in order to explain this. But it's worth kind of give some of it away. Those who know the story we already pretty much know the movie. You just have to see the movie on how they show it and tell it to see what I'm saying. He basically finds his next Kevin and takes him to a diner. Everyone looks terrified, and Kevin's like not knowing what the heck's going on. And the devil, pretty much the benefactor, is like, hey, you want me to prove it? So yeah, shift her. He's like, you sure? You really want me to? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay. And he does, and nothing happens. No one shows up. Well, he explains why. You'll have to see the movie to know what happens. But then the devil goes and asks him, do you want to take my deal? And he's like, no, you're a liar. And he starts praying. And then as soon as he lifts his head up, he's gone. The benefactor disappeared. So he thinks his prayers were answered. And he leaves the area, sees some troops outside, and they look like some military-style troops that he's never seen before, and they start chasing him, so he runs, leaves, and he spends the next 5 years trying to find some way to get back home, find the woman he loves. And it's a good story, and throughout the movie, you see passages of the story of Job. And then eventually he gets to telling the story of Job to his neighbor, who he thinks is one of devil's agents. And yeah, it was pretty cool. But he's not. He just overheard the story of he was telling his what he thought was one of his friends, and had told his kids, and they sung one of the songs in the papers that he written and was sharing them. And he wanted his kids to sing it to him and then tell his kids a story. So he tells them the story of Job. And it is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and a good telling of Job in a way that I think most people today would understand it and hopefully find a way to get into faith again, because it is getting dark out there. If you see someone needs help, help them. Get what you can. It's the message they're trying to show you. And towards the end, I am going to spoil a little bit the movie, but if you know the story of Job, you already pretty much know what's going to happen. He's tested one last time. he is offered, hey, I'll give you the woman you love. I'll send you to her. You can stay with her. Or the woman that I made disappear for you, you can have her go back to her family and she'll be okay. I'll make sure she has 3 square meals a day and she'll never worry again. And as things are getting a little tense, you notice the friend he made at this one place walking to behind everybody and going to the stairs and looking down at something, and you wonder what the heck's going on. He bends down and he picks up a cat. Well, the cat is, if you watch the movie, you'll find out it's the cat he's been looking for the past 4 years. And he's all happy. He's found his cat, and that triggers something in Kevin to realize, hey, God's looking. God's paying attention. Because that cat should never came back. That's a miracle for that guy. Because he's been praying for that cat to return to him. He's been missing that cat. And he does it again, Kevin, to the devil. He's like, no, you're a liar. Because if I say yes to this, to having the woman I've been loving, been missing, I'll be saying yes to you. And I'm not going to do that because you're a liar. And the devil gets upset. He's like, that's the second time you called me a liar. And he chooses the young lady that he screwed over and sent to a world that put her into a psych ward. And was drugging her up because they thought she was crazy. But as the devil starts freaking out, he grabs a gun that he had disappeared a little while back, and he's getting ready to shoot him. And at that moment, God shows himself, not physically, but he shows his powers by making Kevin disappear from that area and sends him to where he needs to be. Because if you know the story of Job, at the end, the one last trial, if he proves himself to be worthy of God's protection again, he'll be rewarded double fold. And yes, he goes to the woman he loves, but it's not the same one. It's a different one. But he's happy. And he's found peace. So I'm not going to spoil that part. So you'll have to go see that and see why he's happy. But yeah. And there's some parts I left out. And why he keeps calling the devil a liar. And why he's so upset with the devil and questioning him. But it's worth going to see. Especially if you're faith-based. And if you're questioning things right now and feel like there's no hope, this movie definitely will give you some hope. I've never enjoyed a movie so much that I did not look at my phone, didn't check any times. I didn't realize it's over 2 hours long, almost 2.5 hours. And it went by so quick. I didn't even notice the time, and I enjoyed every second of it. Now, if we just get the word out and get this movie the attention it deserves, hopefully it'll do big numbers, because it deserves to be more movies like this made. It needs to be made. We need movies like this. There's too many movies out there that don't bring hope. This movie does. Be blessed.